Grace and peace, family. I'm Dr. Brandon McCrae, and welcome to another edition of Wisdom on Wednesday. Today, we'll be continuing our series entitled Me versus Me. We will be considering Matthew chapter 26, verses 36 through 39, and in the English Standard Version of the scripture they read, "Then Jesus went with them to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, 'Sit here while I go over there and pray.' And taking with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, he began to be sorrowful and troubled." Verse 38, "Then he says to them, 'My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch with me.'" Verse 39, "And going a little further, he fell on his face and he prayed." As we peer through this picture, or the picture of this passage, it is extremely and abundantly clear that to be successful in the daily battle of me versus me, we must be pruned. If you're taking notes, it would be number one, pruned. We are often pruned from some specific things, and I'd like to lift them for your willful and prayerful consideration today. Number one, we are pruned from places. He says to them, "Sit here while I go over there." That is a change in scenery. What I want you to take a note of is that pruning teaches us that not everyone can go with you everywhere. And there are some spaces and places to which your face may be relegated to the negative. There are some spaces and places to which your face will be seen in an ill light. But remember, not everyone can go with you everywhere, and not every place is for your productivity. So not only do we see that we are pruned from places through a change in scenery, but we are pruned from some people. He says, taking with him Peter and the sons of Zebedee, or the sons of thunder. And for those Bible readers, that is James and John. So there is a change in company. We see a change in scenery with places, but we see a change in company with people. Not everyone can be trusted with every part of you. What's amazing is when we note the three individuals that Jesus decided to take with him, these were individuals that were special to him. Whenever you see Jesus in close proximity with individuals, it was normally and normatively these three. They were Peter, they were James, and they were John. As a matter of fact, if we were to moonwalk back to Matthew chapter 17, we would witness a very interesting sight. These three individuals on what was called the Mount of Transfiguration with Jesus when Elijah and Moses showed up. So these individuals had a personal revelation of Christ on the Mount of Transfiguration. And it was that proximity and revelation that allowed them to survive the first level of pruning. So not only must we be pruned from places in a change of scenery, people in a change of company, but lastly, we must be pruned from our personal perspective as we change toward objectivity. The B clause or the A clause of verse 39 says, "And going a little further." See, he had went as far as he could go with the individuals that were in his proximity, but there comes a time where we must lay down our personal perspectives, even of ourselves, and see the totality of who it is we are. As a matter of fact, the revelation on the Mount of Transfiguration confirmed Jesus's divinity, but his prayer and posture in the garden concretized his humanity. Just as Jesus was both God and man, we are not simply comprised of the circumstances of our situation, but we are what and who God called us to be. But we've got to be stripped and pruned away from that personal perspective that we have of ourselves so that we can see the totality of who Jesus is in us. It was the pain of the garden moment that pressed Jesus into his purpose. And if you're taking notes, I want to leave you with a last thought. It was the pruning process, and it is the pruning process that perfects us for purpose. This has been your boy Brandon McCrae, aka Bmac Music. I want you to do three things for me. Like, share, and comment on this post. We want to make something God go viral. And until next time, I want to see your face in the same space for Wisdom on Wednesday. Listen, holla at your boy.